Hey everyone, Nathan here, and welcome back to another video. And in this video, this is another podcast, episode number 5. And in this one, there are a couple things I want to discuss. It'll be a quick podcast episode. So let's discuss topic number 1, which is the podcast series. I've had a few episodes before, and I'll try to keep this as a week-by-week basis. So for now, I'm going to have all my podcasts will live in a Minecraft gameplay. Of course, I'll discuss the website PH Studios, for those of you that do not know. And I'll discuss news, what's going on with that. And if I don't have anything to discuss on the website, I'll discuss anything that comes to mind. You know, if I tried a new restaurant or what I did during the week or what news article I've read, what new TV shows I'm watching, what I think about a movie I saw, just all those little things that I'd like to discuss. And there's a few topics I want to discuss. It will not be in this episode, but it will be in the next few episodes. For example, Adobe just announced a few days to a week ago that they will no longer be selling physical copies of Creative Suite. It'll all be in the Creative Cloud. So I'll discuss that in one of the next episodes and what my thoughts are. But basically, the podcast is primarily going to discuss my website, and if I have nothing to talk about on my website, I'll just talk about random stuff. You know, did I go see a show or a game, a basketball, football, whatever, a game like that? Did I go see any movies or anything? Just anything in general I'll discuss. And of course, I'll discuss news article, tech news. I'm big into tech news and that stuff. So if I read a news article, I'll be sure to talk about that. During the discussion, it will live during gameplay, so you're not stuck at a blank or a static screen. I don't want to have you sit at my website and I do not do anything. For now, it'll be Minecraft gameplay. I might go into other games, but I think everybody likes to play Minecraft, or at least does not mind watching it. It can be quite interesting at times, and it can be quite boring at times, but I think what I'm going to do is going to eliminate the boring parts, at least as most of the boring parts as possible. So if you look on YouTube or any other video service site, you will see many videos that have Minecraft Let's Plays that rely on standard survival. They start a brand new world, and I did this before. I'm going to change that. I'm going to use a pre-built map from Vechs. And if you don't know Vechs, his maps are designed to kill you. Some of them are more difficult than others. I'm going to try his latest map because it uses Minecraft 1.5 features, and I'm going to give that a try, see how it works. You guys might be just sitting there laughing at me, dying 20,000 times. But hey, I play it for fun, and I want to use that as a source for discussion instead of actual gameplay. The reason survival is not that interesting, and I'm running into this on my server as well. I pay for a Minecraft server for premium members and other members that are highly active on my website. The issue with the survival world is that once it's very attractive when you first join a survival world, or when you first make a world. You have nothing. No armor, no weapons, nothing in your inventory. You need to build up to a certain point. But once you get several dozen diamonds and you're fitted with diamond armor and all diamond gear, and you've been everywhere, it's really boring and you don't want to play anymore. So with that in mind, I'm going to, both in my podcast, and the second thing I wanted to talk about in this podcast episode is my Minecraft server. And it's mostly for the internal people for demonstration on what this map is. Some of you might know, some of you might have heard about Vechs, some of you might have heard about the Super Hostile series, but for those of you that do not, I'm just going to do a brief overview on what that is. So instead of me generating a new world and doing a boring survival, which if you look on YouTube, there are millions of other videos that are survival let's plays, I'm going to do something that's not that common. There are a few people that do this. Vechs, of course, does it on a few of his. I think he did it on Waking Up, the last one, before this one. And then I think he's doing one more. It might not be from him, but he does a map from somebody else. I'm not exactly sure. But I know a few people do Inferno Mines, and it's not as common as a survival let's play. So I think I'm going to focus on that. Once I'm done with this, I will probably do a mod, probably Tech It or Feed the Beast, and then that should be pretty interesting because it adds dozens and dozens and dozens of new recipes and new ores and new gadgets and stuff that you can do. Alright, so let me go ahead and jump in, and this is just to do a brief overview for the server. What do I want the server to have, at least for now? It doesn't have to be this way all the time, but I think for now, I think this was what we should do on the server. And this is, of course, what I'll be doing in the podcast as well. So just like on a podcast episode, and what I feel is what I experience on the server. I pay for a server, and many people join. They are attracted to a survival world, and they have nothing, and then once they get everything, once they build their 2 cool house ideas, then they get bored and they don't play again. With this, if we all work together, we have a specific goal we need to do, which is number 1, find and complete the Victory Monument. Some of you might know about Vechs maps, but for those that do not, there is an area. I've only played this map for about 5 minutes, so I don't know where it is. There is an area at some point in this map that has a Victory Monument. It looks basically like a shelf at your house. And you have several signs that have, red wool, cyan wool, purple wool, gray wool. It has all the colors of wool you need to find. And then you need to place a specific color of wool once you find it on the Victory Monument at that specific spot where the sign is. So you need to complete the Victory Monument. It wants several pieces of wool, and some of his maps, I don't know if it does it for this map, I haven't looked into it, I haven't gotten to the Victory Monument yet, but some of his maps, he will want you to make a diamond block, so you get 9 pieces of diamond, and then you build those in the crafting bench, and create a diamond block and place it on the Victory Monument. In one of his maps, Waking Up, you need to have redstone ore. So you need a silk touch pickaxe and use that and get a redstone ore and place it on the Victory Monument. So that's the goal, to place every block he requests on the Victory Monument. Some of his maps, like Waking Up, you get a secondary objective. Waking Up, his map was designed based on a book. I think the author's name is Andrea Buchanan. And she has the entire book in the map. You need to find all chapters. And that's the secondary objective for the Waking Up map. So, number 2 is use at least easy, never peaceful. Okay, I'm on medium, I believe. I'm on normal. Do not leave the map boundaries. So do not, go up there and leave the map boundaries. Number 4, you can find wool in chests. Do not use sheep, dye, spider silk. So basically, do not cheat. Go to the new area, find the chest, get the gray wool or get the red wool from the chest, and that counts. Do not use dye and spider silk and regular wool to cheat and complete the Victory Monument. Number 5, just like any survival thing. So I will be doing for the podcast and probably for the server, we will be building our own base. Once we get to the Victory Monument, that's where we should build our base of operations. We can farm, we can build a tree farm, we can start gathering pieces of wood from the tree farms. We can create monster grinders that we can get monster drops from. We can do all these things at the Victory Monument. That will be the survival aspect. You may craft resource blocks for the Victory Monument, like the diamond block I mentioned. You get 9 pieces of diamond. You go to the crafting bench, put them in all 9 spots, you get a diamond block. You may use spider string wool for non-Victory Monument uses. So if you needed to make wool for beds, for example, if you have 10 people on your server, you need to make 10 beds, you can use spider string for that purpose, but not for the Victory Monument. You may not pick up, move, or craft ender chests. Okay, so this is a brief overview of the Super Hostile number 12 Inferno Mines by Vechs. And, with Minecraft 1.5, you get these, and I'm not going to do that in this episode. I'll do that in the next one, where you can read these books that he mentions. But I'm going to wait until next episode. I'm just going to do a brief overview. So, like I mentioned, his maps are designed to kill you. So if you die 20,000 times while playing his maps, do not get frustrated. That's what they're designed to do. And I think this is going to be pretty interesting on the server, because we can have several people together trying to complete our main objective, which is to find and complete the Victory Monument. Okay, so let me just jump into one area right here really quick. So what's cool about this is that, with the standard survival map, you generate a new world, you're, put in the middle of a forest or in the middle of a desert or in the middle of something, and you need to find resources and build your house or whatever you want to do. Just go underground and do that if you want to. With this map, it's pre-built. He did all this himself. I have no idea what's waiting around the corner. And it'll be pretty interesting. If you're in a survival map and you go into a cave, you know pretty much what to expect. You might find a abandoned mineshaft. You will probably find a dungeon. You will definitely find some monsters. You'll probably find some diamonds. If you get lucky, you might find some emeralds. So you know what to expect when you go into a cave. If you go into a desert, you might find a desert fortress, or whatever those things are called. I've only seen those twice. If you go to the jungle, you might find a jungle ruin. If you go to the nether, you can find nether quartz. And you know what to expect in all these things. In a pre-built map like this, I have no idea what's going to happen when I turn the corner. Am I going to be stuck in a room filled with a bunch of spider spawners? I have no idea. Am I going to have a room filled with lava like this one and a creeper like this one? So that's what's going to be interesting about this map. And how to survive. And how to fight. As you see, I have nothing. I have no armor. Nothing in my inventory. And no weapons. So it's going to be interesting to see how I do. There's already a creeper. What happens when I turn the corner? Am I going to have another creeper or several zombies? I do not know. It's going to be interesting to see until I get to the point where I can build weapons. As you see, I have spiders already. So that will be interesting. I can utilize the lava and push him into the lava. Like that. So this is Skylight B. I'm not sure if I'm going to choose this for the actual podcast, but this one is more for food. Skylight A is more for wood, and Skylight C is more for equipment. So as you see, there's a skeleton and 2 zombies, so that's going to be interesting to see how I do with no weapons. So this is the basic idea of this map. I just wanted to do a brief overview. And if I go forward a little bit, I'm going to show you. I might get blown up. I'm not trying to survive here. I just want to do a brief overview on what to expect. So this will be a lot more interesting than a survival map. Oh, here's a nice safe house for me already. So I'm good. I'm good to go. And if I go into one of these rooms, I'm not sure what to expect. Oh, another thing, Minecraft 1.5, for those of you that do not know, have trapped chests. Chances are, Vechs designs these to kill you. So chances are, he's going to have a trap chest somewhere. So you have to be careful when you open a chest. So, good, I have a sword now, I can fight, I have a bow, I have some arrows, so I can fight from a distance, I have some wood, or food, so I can eat and restore my hunger. So this is good, I have some experience. So this is a good safe house for me, and I think this is a good place to stop. I might just go ahead and continue my podcast from this. Another one. So that's good. So there's enough loot. If you have multiple people playing at the same time, there's enough loot. There's several swords here. So 3 people can get stone swords. If you have more people, you can divide up the wooden swords if you want to do that. Okay, so I'm going to stop here. I just wanted to do a brief overview. This is a much... Hang on a second. For some reason, whenever Fraps records for a long time, it'll start to do that. My apologies. Sometimes Fraps, if it's recording for a long time, Minecraft goes down to about 1 frame per second, maybe even lower. So I'm going to have to do some testing with that. I can go into OS X and record using Camtasia. That's a little bit better, so I might do that instead of using Fraps. I can always try Optifine. That's a mod that you can use to speed up your Minecraft. And I can use that, and I can also use a magic launcher. That's another... It's a launcher for Minecraft. You can specify you want to give Java 4 gigabytes of memory, and you want to run Minecraft at X by Y dimensions. So you can say I can run it at 1920 by 1080, and it'll launch it at 1920 by 1080, and you can give it 4 gigabytes instead of the usual. I think it has a 1 gigabyte limit, so it's a little bit better. So I'll try those things. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this podcast episode. I just wanted to do a brief overview on what this map is, especially for the people that want to go on the server again. I think this will be a good map to play in the server, and it should be pretty interesting to play for the podcast because it will not be as boring as a survival world will be. And again, I might choose a different game later down the road, but for now, I think everybody likes Minecraft, or at least doesn't mind watching it. Okay, so that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.